I'm Lady T506. Welcome to my channel. Hello everyone's. I am here for Black Lightning Season 2 Episode 6. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're already subscribed, welcome back. So we kind of get a backstory of what happened to Deacon last episode when he had that liquid metal coming out of his face. So we have Looker. And she looks like she just popped out of 1950s, dress and all. She's going on talking about there's something out there of my body, but out of my control. I can feel it. And we're like, what exactly does that mean? That's very vague in what you're talking about. She said, when I first came to Freeland, you were weak and destroyed, addicted to opioids and meth. Anything to get your hands on your next fix. I cleaned your veins. I fed you. I gave you a place to stay. And he was like, yeah, you may have done all that, but you also made us your slaves. You worse than the drug itself. Like, we was almost better without you. And this is when she does like this and like sucks all the liquid metal that is in his body, and it goes into her body, and it looked like something was crawling under her skin. Now y'all know last episode Sheriff had the same thing going on, so I was like, okay, he's under her spell too. And it just looked so creepy, like bubbling and crawling up on her skin as she was doing this. And the next thing you know, he's just laying on the ground like a shell of himself, like she sucked all of the good out of him. And the rest of the dudes were sitting there like, maybe we should shut up and not say anything, or we could like do right there. So just follow the elements and follow the sense that I gave you to find out what it is. And I'm like, if you have control on them and everything, maybe, you know, I would think that they would be able to just do it, and you wouldn't have to say use the sense that I gave you. If you're controlling them, they should just go out there and do it. That's how my mind was working. I told y'all last week that Gambi was not dead. He is too savvy to be dying like that. I just knew that he had some type of contraption in his car that he was going to be alive. And sure enough, Gambi, he is alive. He's over there torturing some dude that was, you know, who did the hit out on him in front of that man's precious dog. He's like, you going to do that in front of my family? And the man's two little dogs, they sitting there with the little bows in their head. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm sorry, girls. I'm finna kill your daddy and all that stuff. He wants to know who put the hit out on him. Who did it? Because Gambi, he's sitting there with not a scratch on him. He didn't even got like a cut nowhere. Like no scratches on him. And the dude was like, I don't know who did it. It was done over line. They didn't pay me in cash. They paid me in Bitcoin, because that's, you know, that's of the future. We don't work with cash no more. We work with Bitcoins. Like, how dare you like break into my house and then you're going to kill me in front of my two precious dogs? But Gambi like, you tried to kill me. You had no feelings when you was killing me, about to try to kill me. So it's only, you know, proper that I return the favor and kill you. So the Reverend tells Councilman that offer that you said about, you know, getting me a new clinic somewhere and all this stuff. That all sounds good, but I know the person behind this is Tobias well, and, you know, that's a problem. I'm like, I don't know what he has on you, my young brother, but because you're going to need help, because you mess around with Tobias well. You're going to need some help, okay, young brother? So, you know, thanks, but no thanks. And he's like, us black folks, we always knew that Tobias was around. We didn't see him, but we knew he was around. We knew he was working with the 100. And I know for a fact that Tobias was responsible, him and the 100, for trying to kill me. So, no, I will not take your money, and you can tell him keep his money and kiss my holy ass. I was like, okay. He told you I don't want your money. You can kiss my whole entire hind part, but then I know you tried to take me out. No, brother, I don't want your dirty money. Tobias is mad at Councilman because, like, you can't hire Negroes for nothing. I'm like, first of all, he don't work for you. You blackmailing him. And, like, second of all, not everybody wants your dirty money. So now he want Khalil to kill the Reverend in front of his congregation, a few of his people of the congregation, and do it all at church. But Khalil's like, you want me to kill the pastor at church? I don't want to do that, because I don't want to go to hell. I can't be out here killing the man of the cloth. That's just a one-way ticket straight to hell. I don't want that. And Tobias is like saying how basically, you know, I did this before trying to kill the Reverend. I'll do it again. Now, Khalil's like, hold up. that was you that shot at the Reverend and made me get shot and me get paralyzed and me being stuck in this position where I'm out here hurting and killing folks for you. All these things is going in his mind. But he's like, hold up. My mama go to that church. I can't kill my mama. Like, no. And those is her friends at church. These people saw me, like, they knew my mama since before I was born. I know everybody at that church. Ain't no way in the world I can do that. He's like, I ain't tell you to kill your mama. I just want you to be out here killing a few other folks at the church. I'm like, that don't make it better. Just because you don't want him to kill his mama. I was wrong. I thought that when Gambi freed himself from the van, because I just knew he wasn't going to die. I just knew it. I thought he had some kind of contraption where when the van like rolled on the side, he was going to pop out the top. No, he had a contraption where like while the van was still moving, he put his little thumbprint down and like the whole bottom just like it was a secret contraption to where he can escape route, a secret exit at the floor of the van. Oh, I can't talk. So once the van, went to flipping over, he did a little tuck and roll and rolled off into the bushes. And once he seen the car, seen the people look at the van, he made it explode. Like Gambi, he already has from plan A to plan B to the second power case. Okay, if I'm in what situation, how am I going to get out of it? I just thought that the top was going to pop off. I didn't even think about the bottom. I just knew he got out of that van and he wasn't in the explosion. That's all I knew. So Anissa being brave, because there's no way in the world that I would have been back to South Freeland after I seen some Speedy Gonzalez's and the sheriff's skin crawling. It wouldn't have been me. But she goes back out there because she wants to find Anaya. And, she's putting some kind of tracker thing in her boot. I'm like, she don't know Gambi was alive. We know in our hearts that Gambi was alive, but Gambi, he's still making sure that the Pierce family is fine. And he's like looking at her location like, what you up to, girl? So a crew of people with shotguns pop up and she's like, look here, I just want to find out where Night is and make sure her and her babies are fine. They let her inside and the parents asked her questions. She's like, look, Anaya was my patient and I'm letting y'all know that Deacon has died. And they're looking like, Deacon? I'm like, what's going on here? She's like, yeah. But my question was, why are y'all so heavily armed? Like, it's about 8, 9 of y'all and y'all have shotguns. What is going on in y'all general location to where y'all need to be that armed? Khalil tells Jennifer that Tobias was behind him being paralyzed and he wants him to kill the Reverend. But he's like, I just can't do that. I love my soul. I accidentally killed that dude before. But, I wasn't trying to kill him. And I did, paralyze a few people. I don't know if they died from when he was shooting them with his little needle paralyzing things. But anyway, he doesn't want to do that. He's like, all this time I've been following behind Tobias, blaming Black Lightning for me being paralyzed. And this fool right here, he paralyzed me. Then told me that y'all refresh my memory, or am I just making this up in my head? Because I tend to do that sometimes. Was Khalil actually paralyzed, or did Tobias say that to get in Khalil's head so he can I can do this top secret surgery on you so I can make you a super soldier? Because that's what I'm getting. I know super soldiers and Black Lightning is two different things, but was that the plan? Khalil, his spine was never severed. He was gonna walk again, but Tobias got to the doctor and I'm gonna pay you to say this just so he can have Khalil mad at Black Lightning to go after Black Lightning eventually. Y'all let me know. But he's like, I don't really want to do that. He's like, she wants to know, why are you still hanging with Tobias? If he is all this bad, why are you still there? He's like, where else am I gonna go? All the choices I made, all the wrong I've done for Tobias being angry, where else can I go? And I was like, yeah, because Tobias seemed like he got a few people in a few cities where he gonna track you down. I'm pretty sure he probably got a tracker on you right now to find out where you at. Anissa is delivering Anaya's babies, plural. She didn't had a black baby and she didn't had a white baby. So I was like, I didn't know if that was one of Deacon's baby and the other one was her ex-boyfriend's baby, because I didn't really know. But Jefferson is at Gambi's office, and like he sees, that she's somewhere that she really is not supposed to be at, but she doesn't have her suit. So he wants to know, like, what exactly does she have going on? Now, I don't know if Anissa knew that Jefferson was going to be out there at Gambi's and realized eventually I'm going to need your help, and you seeing that I don't have my suit on, that's your cue to come help me eventually because something's not right over here. But Naya's mom and daddy, they don't seem too happy about like one of the babies, like what is going on here. And it seems like her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, he may or may not, well, it looks like he killed Deacon, which is going to cause a war between the two like groups, they group, the Wood group, and the other people who live wherever else. But like, I didn't know. And then like Anissa put the babies down, and they like eyes start turning like this pretty color blue, but it was creepy at the same time. And they was just like holding each other's hands. I'm like, first of all, like y'all holding each other's hands like that on top of y'all having these blue eyes. I was like, what exactly is going on with these babies? Because I was like confused. I was like, I was getting creeped out. And on top of that, I had the lights on, and I tend to get paranoid, when I'm like here. I'm not even by myself, but now I'm watching something and it gets creepy. I start to think I'm seeing stuff and everything, but I was like, what is going on here? But the mom and daddy, they look at each other like, yeah, I seen that, you seen that too. I'm like, can y'all tell us what's going on so we can be informed? Because I was very confused. Khalil rolls up on the Reverend talking about some leave freely or die. And he's like, boy, please, you better go somewhere with all that. He's like, I knew your mama when she was pregnant with you, boy. You better go somewhere. So he takes Reverend by the whole throat and like hems him up in the air. And I like, Khalil, please don't, you can't do that. Remember your soul, you can't be going to hell because of something Tobias did. But he's like, you gotta leave. He's like, I don't have to do nothing but be black and die, so you better tell him. Like, Khalil really didn't want to kill the Reverend. He's just basically, you need to get out of town. I don't want to kill you, but you are going to get killed if you stay here. And he was like, you walking down the wrong, you walking down, but you're walking down the wrong path. It's never too late for Jesus. I was like, you better tell him, Reverend. Like, let Khalil know you can turn your back on Tobias at any time you want to. It may or may not go well for you, but at least you had a peace of mind that I did everything I could to get away from this crazy food. Now that I done realized he not only shot and had me paralyzed, but he also was out here shooting at Reverends too. When you can't be out here doing that. I mean, I know Tobias is wrong and all, but you just can't be out here shooting the Reverend. Anaya tells Anissa the history of South Freeland, like the Sanjay. They are white folks with powers who terrorize South Freeland, and they call the black people the Purdy. And the white people live on one side and they live in the woods, and that's how it's been since slavery. Like, they make their money off the land, making, growing organic crops, hemp, a little bit of weed every now and then. That's what they do. And Looker, she came to town about like 30 years ago, and she uses her silver element to turn the white people into Sanjay. And her having a baby by Sanjay is very disrespectful in her daddy's eyes. Like, that is the worst thing that you can ever do in life, because he just don't like white people at all. But I was like, y'all family been living out there in the woods for like since slavery? Like, y'all ain't think to move somewhere else? That's where I was going. But I like, this is y'all land, y'all don't really want to move, but y'all like stuck in the woods since slavery. Like, I was like, okay. She tells him the story of that, and like, it's a problem because I had a baby by one of these Sanjays. But Deacon was like, can't we all just coexist? Why we gotta be against each other? And I was like, yes, Deacon, why? So Tobias and Khalil get to fighting, and I just knew Khalil was gonna die on this episode, because Tobias, he seemed like he extra strong. Like, whatever that serum is to make him not age makes him extra strong. And like Khalil, he got a few punches in, but like Tobias kicked him while he was on the floor, and Khalil like rolled like a rotisserie like chicken like several feet. And like, he was taking those punches. I'm gonna give him that, because like, I would have been like, what, time out, wave the red flag. I'm not finna do this. I don't want to get hit. I don't like pain. And like, next thing you know, he just like hits Khalil into the like piranha tank, and I was like, oh, if you don't die from these punches you getting from Tobias, you definitely gonna die from these piranhas. Because I just knew he was gonna go crashing right into the the piranha tank, but no, you know, he sat there for a minute, and after a while the piranha tank cracked, and then Tobias got the nerve to be like, you broke my tank. I was like, you broke your tank with my body. Like, have y'all noticed that Tobias has a tendency to give you a history lesson why he's being evil and why he's finna do something dirty to you? It's very confusing. Like, you giving me this knowledge, but you're doing it in an evil way when you about to do something evil to me. So look her, she out here controlling the liquid metal crew with her fingers. She got some dude like laying down right there. And I'm not sure if he was alive or dead or in between, but she just with her fingers just doing this. As the liquid metal was like going between her fingers and him, it was very, very creepy. So next you know, Black Lightning shows up, and then this is like, it's about time. He's like, about time? Like, girl, no. We will talk about this in a minute. We got Black Lightning fighting in the liquid metal crew, and Anissa fighting the liquid metal crew. Uncle Gambi, he got a drone out there. He out there shooting folks, and one of the people takes out his drone. And Anissa, they trying to get the babies and Anaya to safety, because if Looker find out, it's gonna be trouble. So they realize that, you know, she may be one of the metas. You know, she came to South Freeland 30 years ago, so maybe that was when they was doing experiments on the people, and like her powers is like controlling people with the metal. I don't know how she gets it in them, but I saw how she gets them out of them, and it was very, very disturbing. But like he says, there's a liquid puddle on the ground from one of the people died in this move, and she's like, yeah, that sounds about right. So if you follow the puddle, you can find Looker, and we can like I don't know how we're gonna get her. I don't know how her powers actually work, but you know, if you follow the liquid, you're gonna find Looker. Well, when we get to Looker, one of her liquid metal crew then taking one of the babies to her, and she was like doing some of this. One of the scientists that had a baby with a purdy. I was like, how did you know that? But anyways, I guess because the baby was black. But anyways, and she get to doing some of this some more. She's like, there's another baby out there. Find that baby. And I was like, don't hurt this baby. This baby is all of 2 hours old, if even that. That baby had enough trouble like coming into this world. We don't need all this extraness on them. And like I needed, child, I was just so worried about them babies out there. I didn't know what I was gonna do. What else happened? Oh yeah. Lynn, she having troubles, y'all. She is so stressed out that those 14 individuals died on her watch. She's drinking. And then at one point, Jennifer had to let her know, look here, mama. It was you are not responsible for those deaths. Your job was to keep them alive, and that's what you did. Dr. Old Crazy over there, that's her fault. Like, y'all should have never trusted her. I know she was like the brightest one, but like she was out here doing tests on people, making people's feet fall off and killed one person. Like y'all shouldn't have did that. It's not your fault that they died. It was just your responsibility to keep them alive. Then she had to go out there and talk to the families of the people who died in the pods, and they want to know, okay, was it my daughter, was it my sister? And she's like, I can't really give y'all that information like that. But like, that's even more stressful. Like, I don't know if one of my family members is one of the people who died, and you can't give me no information. One of the dudes like bum brushes where she at, and then later on he popping up in her car because he want to know. And I was like, I understand what he was going through. Like, is this my child in this pod or not? So y'all, that was suggest. If I left anything out, by all means leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. If you already subscribed, welcome back. So this is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.